Hey bookworms, we're gonna do our first weekly whimsy of the quarter. I'm super excited to start our new book. I've already actually started. I love our cozy Little Women book. So I chose a holly since this is still holiday season. I didn't do this one super holiday-ish since it came later in December, but I'm sort of obsessed with hollies right now. So I have already done where I sketched with a pencil on the back and transferred to my paper by tracing. And I'm just going to move that to the side so I can look at that. And today I haven't broke out my colored pencils in a while, so I'm going to do this. So feel free, if you have a white pencil, it's wonderful for blending. But recently I purchased, actually I have two different ones. This one, I got like a Prismacolor like set like at the end of the summer, I think. I say recently, but you know, I haven't used it that many times. And it's got the blender pen, but I also, for the fun of it, and also because my kids like to take my art supplies, I got the Artist Loft, which is also from Michael's, their brand. It was much more inexpensive colored pencil blender, very similar. But anyway, that being said, it makes really fun, pretty blending. So I have a very basic Prismacolor set. I have some more inexpensive pencils, but I will say I can tell the difference with these. Typically I don't buy the more expensive brands for things because I can't stick with one medium. But I got a really good deal. I think I got this like at a Costco for like in a set with a bunch of other Prismacolor stuff, and it was a super reasonable price. So anyway, that being said, I have Prismacolor, and now I'm sort of obsessed with the Prismacolor because it blends so pretty. And never really got into colored pencil as much until I got this set. So it definitely opened up a different medium for me. My lead on my green pencil just broke. Okay. So I'm going to start with a light color green. I'm going to go around the edges. Why does it keep breaking? Oh, it's so sad. I don't know what's going on. So I've been, like I was saying, I've been obsessed with holly recently. I was telling my husband not too long ago I want some holly bushes around our property. Oh my goodness, it's broke like 3 times. What is happening? Oh my goodness. You guys, I'm making a mess. Look at this. Sheesh. Hold on. Alright. Oh my goodness, I'm making such a mess. Oh my goodness. Hold on a second, guys. Sorry. Let me tell you the story while I'm cleaning this up. So the holly obsession came. We go to Williamsburg every few years, Colonial Williamsburg, because we're all history nerds in my family, my husband and my kids and I. And we go there typically. The last few times we went in the fall, like end of October, which is super fun. And very beautiful. But I noticed this time we went, this past October, which I didn't notice before, there were lots of holly bushes, and they were so pretty. And holly trees, like they were big, some of them. And then we came home from that little trip, and my kids' school, I noticed, had holly bushes recently planted at their school, and I thought that was so cool. And they're so beautiful, especially in the winter, right? Because they're like sort of an evergreen, and they've got these beautiful red berries all over. So anyway, my obsession with holly, I've like been wanting, oh my goodness, I am having a big issue here. I've been wanting holly bushes myself, but also I've been like looking at fabric with holly on it and all sorts of stuff, and I don't feel like I want it just necessarily Christmassy, but just like wintry. So anyway, and a few years ago I started becoming obsessed with cardinals as well. So, and I started a couple years ago, when we started taking down all of our Christmas stuff, I started putting up, I got a fake Christmas tree, which typically we have a real one, and I started using the fake Christmas tree after the real Christmas tree comes down, and it has just white lights, and then I have a couple other like white light things, because we do a very 90s like colorful Christmas typically, and then I do more of just the winter light look, after Christmas all the way through February, and that comes down in March. And it's definitely not as colorful, it's just lights because it gets so dark here in the winter. It makes me sort of sad. So the lights and the candles, and like I do pops of color with the cardinal stuff. So I have some cardinal like decorations that don't necessarily look Christmassy but look wintry. And then I'm thinking about incorporating some holly situations into that because I don't feel like it's necessarily just Christmas. So anyway, now that I babbled on after I cleaned up my mess, I'm very sorry. So I'm just outlining all my greenery on my holly here. Okay, pretty happy with that, I think. And I feel like I'm missing okay, that's good enough. I'm going to color around some of the leaves. And then I'm going to start using my blender and seeing how much more color I want to add. Right, that's pretty. Okay, I'm gonna grab my blender. So I've got two-sided. Got the thin side. I like the bigger side better. Let me make sure there's not too much color on here. Let me know if you have other ways you've used colored pencils too. I've read that you can use Vaseline. I've not tried that to blend. This is like an alcohol base or something. At least it smells like it. I'm gonna grab my other blender too. I don't think I've compared them in doing this, so let me grab that too. I sort of want to see if this one is better or worse or whatnot. I like this tip on it. Ooh, huh, how funny. I think I like this one better, the cheaper one. So the Artist Loft, oh wow, I like it. All right, so this one has, that's the pointy tip. Let's see what this looks like. This is more like a brush tip. It's a little softer. Interesting, I feel like it blends better. All right, so if you're wanting to try a blender pen, don't feel the need to go out and buy stuff, of course. But if you want to try something new and you don't have one of these, the Artist Loft from Michaels is like really nice. Okay, let me try the other side of my Prismacolor one. My pointier side. Well, the cool thing about having the two is I've got like 4 different size tips. So this is like really fine, which is awesome. Neither one on the other side is, on the other pencil is as fine as this one. So this is nice for detail for sure. I will say though, I like my Artisoft one better. How cool. Well, maybe I won't let the kids play this one. I really like this side too, which is like the firmer side of the pen. I feel like I have really good control over it. I feel like it blends really well. All right, well that's exciting. Yeah, I'm not gonna let my kids have this anymore. All right. See, that right there is the reason why you don't need expensive, especially when it comes to art. Sometimes there's things where you need the name brand things. Very few times I feel like, but there are a few instances in life where I feel like the name brand is better. Like the pencils themselves, so far they're my favorite that I've tried. I feel like they blend the best just on their own. But overall, I mean, this is really pretty. Okay. Now you can do a white pencil too. It gives another like really cool look to it. It gives like almost a softer. So if you don't have a blender, a white colored pencil will, from the same set, will work as well. So don't feel like you need the blender. Very cool. All right. And then I'm going to clean the tip of this off by just wiping it on a paper towel. And then I've got my dark green here. I'm gonna put my cap back on that. I'm gonna add some little more depth into the center of these. Now, I've got the veining. I feel like I need a little more green on this guy over here. It's almost like it creates like a painted look with the blenders. That's just what I like about it. It's so pretty. Depth to the stem just by adding the dark along one side. All right, and then I'm going to grab my blender again. Very pretty. hand is hurting. Okay. Good old psoriatic arthritis, I guess there. It's like cramping up on me. All right. And then we're gonna do the berries. And I'm gonna use some of the green first because I'm gonna do like color theory right here, right? So we're gonna use some green first around the edges. Hopefully this works with this medium because I don't think I've tried it with this kind of colored pencil before. So we will see. And I forgot this branch here. Okay, I'm gonna blend these out. I don't want to bring it in too far because I want the red to be in the middle there. Hopefully my color theory works pretty well with the pencils. All right, so now I'm going to grab my red. I'm going right over the green, and then I'm going upward because we're going to create like a highlight on the berry itself. Okay, shake my hand out. All right, and then now let's see. So that like covered in. I might have to go back and add. That might be too much red. Might have to go back and add the highlight back in with like an acrylic paint pen or something because this is just not. I'm going to try my white pencil and see if I can get some highlight put in that way. Pretty and vibrant though. I'm cleaning off my, look how much red is in there. I guess I shouldn't have put that much. I just went so far. And it's like not coming off this pen here. My goodness. Okay. Now let's see if I can get some of this white to lighten. I don't know if I can or not. Oh yeah, that might work. Not quite as light as I was hoping, but that looks pretty. All right, so now again, grab this guy. Let's see if we can blend those two colors a little bit more. Very cool. And then the last piece I want to do is add like a white highlight to my berries. Sort of rearranged my supplies and now I don't know where anything's at. All right, I like that. And then I don't know if I want to do anything else or not. I sort of am pretty happy with that, I think. I'm gonna take a little bit of yellow, maybe go around. Let's see what happens. And then I'll be done, I think. So let's just, yeah, I like that. Give it sort of a glow. Now, we have our Artist Apothecary glitter. I think I might use some of that. Might put some glitter on the berries. Yeah, I like that. I feel like that's making it pop a little. By using the yellow, I don't have to be super careful around the green, which is nice. It makes it sort of glow, and then I'm going to use my blender to pull the color out a little bit further. I think that will look cool. See if I can get this red off of here, though, is the question. It's still a ton of red. Might have to use the other side and have to work on that later. Okay. I don't know what happened there. That's sad. It's not coming off on the... I don't know what that is. Aw. What is happening? When I clean these, I wonder if I can pick that up with an eraser. Let's see. Makes me sad that that happened right there. Nope. I don't know what that is. Let's see. That helped a little. Okay. I'm afraid to use these now. I need to look up how to clean these better, I guess. Okay. Pretty happy with that. I am going to grab my glitter. And just remember when you use this to wash your brush out shortly after you do, because it will harden your brush. This one is one I forgot to wash off already, so we're gonna reuse this one. I'll put the glitter right on the berries. I just love how fine and reflective this glitter is. It's so pretty. So make a pretty holiday card for next year. Scan it into my computer and print them off. Fix those dark spots that I got from I don't know what. There we go. All right, there is our first weekly whimsy for the new quarter for our Little Women. Look how pretty that glitter is. Look at that. Oh my gosh, so good. All right, you guys, I'm excited to see yours. I'm excited to see your bookmarks, and I hope you all have a wonderful week. Happy New Year, happy late Christmas, happy new start to the new year. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Bye.